Okay, remember that they're changing my voice. So this video is for the Trump administration, for the governing class, for everyone whom it may concern. So you see in Revelation chapter 3 and Revelation chapter 14, when you combine the scriptures on the screen, which clearly are connected, you see that there's a test, right? The word test has the word set scrambled into it, and EST meaning estimation. And for whatever reason, the wordplay here is very valid and very sound and very logical. Okay, the things I'm talking about have to do with true sense, and they have to do with rational thought, not some theory. So, people are being tested right now. Whether they're the president, or a homeless person, or a rich person, or a righteous person, regardless of who it is, they're being tested. And obviously, the righteous are more important to God than anyone with worldly power. No offense to anybody. And you see the word ours is the word Horus scrambled. And also the word ours. And the word clown is a play on words for CL own, right? If you're mentally ill, you're going to insist on your own. If you're crazy, right? C raise E, you're going to insist on your own race, which is a form of being effeminate. Ver and virtue means man. It means, the E words, effeminate, masculine, silly, right? Ver and virtue means man, as opposed to the E words. So you're being tested to see if you're going to man up for God, not for the state. I see you all are putting on a show still, and it's rather unfortunate. Okay, you see this one person named Cain, I believe he's going to replace the Joint Chiefs of Staff or whatever that title is. And you have Hegeseth, has the word Seth in it, right? So there's Seth and there's Set, the Egyptian deity who's the enemy of Horus. People who settle for worldly philosophy. Now, if you really think carefully, you'll understand there's a difference between time and quality time. There's a difference between being like a female and living like a pink sheep and living like a lion and being prepared to die for what's right. If you pretend that you're a lion when you're really a sheep, it makes you more of a sheep than a sheep that doesn't pretend. So you have to look at the situation and say, as you're being tested, right? The crucible for silver, the furnace for gold, but the Lord tests the heart. The he art in reality, not in illusion. The word illusion starts with the word el for a reason. You need to respond by obeying God through me. And obviously, if you look at what I've been saying, the things that I'm saying are very fair. Okay? And more important than passing the war on poverty plan that I've presented, more important than building rehabs for the drug addicted, is obeying God through me, compensating me, leave me alone. Why? In terms of, not harassing me, but you must obey God through me. Why? Because I'm the most righteous person that ever lived, and I'm the one person on the planet doing the right thing who's serving God. When people in hell are punished, okay, it's not such a big deal. However, you have to make sure that they know who I am. You can't just say, hey, they're not obeying you. You have to put a lamp on its stand, or you're going to be held more accountable than they are in terms of your soul and eternal punishment. Now, they sent me a coded message saying that the litmus meant light some, okay? And they're saying that they don't care about a litmus test, right? Hegeseth said something like that in regards to this one gentleman that they fired. And they say they don't care about a litmus test, that they care how well, if you want to fight or you've come to fight or something to this effect, okay? They have to fight the good fight of faith by being in the light of righteousness and justice, Isaiah 51:4. But more importantly than anything, right? How are you going to act tough if you're not serving God? How are you going to pretend that you're tough? How are you going to claim to be tough, rather, if you're not serving God? Ver and virtue means man. If you're not a man, how tough could you be? Baby lion, Rothschild child, Nicole Kidman kid, a little boy that never grew up? A baby goat acting bad? That's a disgrace. You need to truly understand that a short, righteous life is greater than a long, conformist life. If you did the right thing and served God and they assassinated you within 24 hours, that time period that you would have manned up is better than all the rest of your life put together and all the life you could have had if you lived to be 1,000 years old or beyond. It's infinitely greater. Quality time versus the quantity of silliness, of refusing to man up. Even if males past 18 years old could live forever. That forever would be worth nothing. It would be dung on the ground compared to just a few moments of the life of the righteous and the bold and the honorable and the honest. You need to stop doing what the Satanists and the governing class are telling you to do. You need to face adversity and order them to stop persecuting me and compensate me and obey the commands that come from God through me. And you can tell that I'm not someone who's corrupted by power. This whole time, since I've said I'm the top martial artist in 2000, we started from 13 with a challenge, I've not once abused my power in 12 years. I've had more power than all the leaders on this planet combined, put together, infinitely more. The power to convey the judgment and the wrath of God. And I haven't abused that power for a single moment. Everything that I've commanded people to do is right and just and fair at any given time in my life on the timeline. When we look at the information given, when we look at the bigger picture, sound. I urge you to put your future in God's hands, to put your life in God's hands, to put your soul in God's hands, not through the churches. They're not right with God, not a single one, not a single member, but through me, Christ, the Son of God. Trust in me, which is trusting in God. Them hacking my brain to whatever degree doesn't change anything. If a turtle came up to you and said that its brain was hacked and it's really a cheetah, would you believe it? And if that turtle said, well, that cheetah's brain is hacked and he's really a turtle, would you believe that turtle? If the cheetah said, regardless if my brain is hacked, I'm still a cheetah. Or if it's a lion saying it's still a lion. I'm not using wordplay with the word cheat. I'm not. Now, when God's Son says, regardless if my brain is hacked or not, you clearly see that my commands are virtuous. You must obey God through me. And that includes holding the people who are hacking my brain accountable. There's no excuse for what they're doing. And it doesn't change the fact that no matter what, especially because they're trying to use that as an excuse, you must obey God through me. That is the essence of the test. And as people neglected their work, as people were slacking their work, the test became more complex as I got older, as they started hacking my brain more and more over time, as they started trying to confuse people about what they're supposed to do. Make no mistake, as long as my flesh is alive, you are to obey God through me. If you didn't obey God through me before my flesh dies, you're supposed to die immediately. Because to live is to be evil and to offend God at that point. And if you did obey God through me, you're not supposed to have children like anyone else. Okay? No one's supposed to have children no matter what. You've been relying on white, Jewish, and LGBT supremacy the whole time. You haven't been relying on universal pinpointed moral precision, which is the principles, which are the principles of the Spirit of God. It's how you know who's in the Spirit is who's in the principles, who has these divine characteristics. Stop relying on propaganda, theater arts, psychology, and other falsehoods. Look very carefully at the situation. Make the right call. Thank you.